Mod time is here, and we've got an interesting one for you. Today we got 23 mods to talk about. However, all platforms, 22 updates. Goodness gracious. And with that, we only have one new one for PC and Mac players. So the only new mod today is a new one for PC and Mac. It is this Claas for Dominator right here in front of us. So just heads up there. We also had patch 114 released today, so we've got a video out already on that. Make sure you check that out if you want to see that. It's got some cool stuff. We got a new dog, and we got some new stuff for animals. So with that being said, let's jump into the mods for today. So then, starting off with updates for all platforms, we have the map Pallegney from MA7 Studio. This is going to be version 1.2.02, and it's a big one, as you can see. The map is Maize Plus ready, added silage maize, added rye, triticale, spelt, green rye, vet rye, summer and winter wheat, summer and winter barley, meadowgrass, clover and alfalfa silage with bell wrapping. They've added 2 silos of the construction menu dedicated to clover and alfalfa silage. Back up at the top again here, added clover bales, clover hay, clover silage, and alfalfa silage. Modify the animal feed to include the new crops and silages. Fixes new textures and improvements for alfalfa. Fixes and improvements for cover crops. Fixes and improvements for mustard. New crops made compatible with precision farming DLC. Added MTA, multi-terrain angle, or multi-angle terrain as they call it here. Added stubble crushing. Added a new BGA production, including green rye, clover, alfalfa silage. Added new productions at the mill. We have rye, spelt, and triticale flour. Added the ability to bed the cows by placing a bell in the barn. Weighing station offices and probes at conservatives can now be used without owning the land. Pasture gates can now be opened by everyone without owning the land itself. Adjusted the mission vehicles to avoid semi-trailers that cannot unload at the mill. Various other fixes, and a new save game is required for this, which impacts me because if you guys know, this is the map that I've been playing off screen on Xbox in the evenings. Cool, I got a lot of stuff to restart. Oof. Since it goes along with it, it's a required mod, the Pallegney Buildings Pack. I figure we talk about this one as well. To be version 1.1 down there at the bottom, they've changed the dairy price, increased the dairy storage capacities, adjusted dairy production values, and added the ability to bed the cows by placing a bell in the barn. Now we got a couple vehicles for you. This is going to be the John Deere Series 7010 from SL Modding, version 1.1. They've added mouse control, added power quad, and auto power configurations. Prepare for the Stoll front loader, which requires the Stoll front loader pack. Added forestry cage, added mirror configuration, added the legend decals config, passenger seat, front flasher, and side marker. Additionally, we have the Claas AXION 920/960 from Mac. This is going to be version 1.0.1, real GPS support added, so nothing too crazy there. Next up for Mac Trucker 921, we have the Dropdeck trailer Autoload Bales. This is going to be version 1.0.13. Current there at the top, they fixed the collision overlapping, causing trailer to push the tow vehicle wide while configured with different tire configurations. They've also cleaned up the files and removed the redundant text and translations, added tension straps to the top of the water trailer and slurry spreader configurations, and fixed the translations showing all kinds of zeros there. I think that's 7 zeros instead of text. Another trailer update, this one from HR Force, the Fliegl Timber Runner Pack, version 1.0.4. Lift axle control now works without DLC. Key assignment has been changed. From Agrar Design Austria, we actually have a lot from them today. The Pasture NOVADISC Pack, version 1.0.2. AI helper and guidance steering improved. Foliage bending and store size have been adjusted. K-Brand GMD 100 Pack, version 1.0.2. AI helper and guidance steering improved, and foliage bending and store size have been adjusted. Strautmann Verti-Mix 1050. Trigger for HUD info added outside. The terminal shuts down when uncoupling, and position of the right backlight corrected. Pöttinger SERVO 25 Pack. AI helper did not turn the plow, fixed, and AI helper and guidance steering improved. Krone Swadro and Vendro, they fixed wheel issue on the Swadro. Göweil Equipment Pack. They fixed the missing L10N error. Attachment with tension belts has been added, and foliage bending and store size has been adjusted. Krone Trailer Pack, version 1.0.2. They removed the unnecessary collision on the overloading auger and added working lights to the overloading auger. Reisch RD-Pack fixed bug with the wheel chunks. And the Namyslo Marracell version 1101, improved AI in all models. Now we've got some placeables for you. The Great Production Pack, this will be version 1.1 there at the bottom. Multiple collisions have been fixed between scenery and buildings. Winter effects have been added to many different buildings, and they've also added the disappearance of scenery elements during winter for a couple buildings as well. Next up, the Lizard Calf Hides. This will be version 1.2. They're kind of in the middle. New single mesh straw planes to support material changing script from Straw Harvest DLC. Fixes errors in the log and added pallet triggers for straw and water. Lizard Cow Barns, this is for Mr. Hector as well, version 1.1. They've added a pallet trigger for straw. Cow Pasture, version 1.3.5, remove the snapping angle. Silos, VTC and Extension, remove the indoor area warning from the log when purchasing the silo extension. Placeable objects from Wampsville, New York, and more, version 1.001 at the bottom. They fixed the roller coaster first rider camera to be first person view instead of third-person view. Remove the decal from the water tower so that it doesn't feel weird on other maps, and fix the description to exclude the minor 49er statement, as it did not or was not included in this mod. So there you go. And lastly, today an update to Small Garage. Solar panels been added, hull lights added, and daily costs reduced. So then, what is our new one for PC and Mac players? Well, we got this guy, the Claas Ford Dominator 108 from Mark Thor. Mark Thor's first spawn farming simulator 25. Welcome, my dude. This pack includes lots of goodies. So you got the combine harvester itself, you got a grain head trailer, you've got a corn head, you've also got a cutter on there, and kind of like double and triple of those. So we actually kind of go up to 8.5 meters right here, 8.85, yeah. And you can do that because the combine harvester has some unrealistic specs to it, which is kind of neat. Now, speaking of specs, you see at the top it says marketed through Ford dealers, and we've got the Ford brand here. Well, I asked a certain AI robot on the internet, and it told me from around 1966 onward, Claas began contracting manufacturing or collaborating with Ford from North America. Under the arrangement, some Claas-built combine harvesters were marketed through Ford dealerships in the U.S. and perhaps parts of Canada and Mexico as well, wearing Ford blue paint schemes. And they all said marketed through Ford dealers. Kind of neat, huh? I think that's pretty cool. So what about the game? When you download it, what's going to be up? So we've got a couple different capacity options. We start at 10,000. We can increase that to 20 and 30,000 as well. So we kind of go with a more realistic number and then kind of not so much. Engines are the same way. We have a standard 260 horsepower engine, but we can go up to 300 or 360 horsepower, which is a lot for this machine. Wheel brands include Trelleborg, Continental, Vredestein, Michelin, BKT, Midas, and Nokian. We also have a Lizard tire in here as well, and we have standard and wides for basically all of these. Warning signs, got some nice EU warning signs for the front and the back. Tractor triangle, which is what I'm going to be going with right there at the very back. Love that. Names. We've got lots of names. So if you'd like to name your combine harvester Debbie, you could do that. There's lots of names in here to choose from. Additionally, around towards the front, we've got multiple numbers, 0 through 9. So you can name or number those any that you like. And then we've got a couple custom colors here as well. I'm a big fan of this dark blue. Now, the one in real life was a bit lighter, so the color that it comes with is kind of the right one, I'll be honest. I've also seen a couple that have been designed like this, which were really neat, so you can kind of go through and find what you like through there. As far as everything else in the specs for these, we're really just going to be getting color options. So you can see there, we do have a couple wheel colors, or wheel options rather, and colors for the header trailer, but there's that. Here's your Helianthus header, although the Helianthus header will do other things as well, which is kind of cool. I like that. Here's a kind of rebranded, I guess, from base game. You got the Ford logo on there, which is kind of neat. And then you've got some of these other harvester headers as well. Claas Ford right there, smack on the side. I think that's pretty cool, if you ask me. Change it up to dark blue. Bam! You are ready to go. So let's hop in this bad boy and see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. I've gone for, I think it was the Continental wide setup here. We've gone for a Betty. You gotta love that. It's actually my great aunt's name, so figured that was perfect. And we've got the number 3 for Dale as per usual. Lots and lots of detail on here. Of course, I'm playing in 4K, so that does help a little bit. Absolutely epic audio on here. Great sound to it. She picks up and moves as well. Also goes 34 miles an hour. Yeah, we're gonna have to take it slow through there. As far as animations go, we do have the unfold here. So we can bring that out. Actually, I'm noticing that this comment is a little bit louder than some of the other stuff that we've got, but that's all right. There you go. Pipe in, pipe out. Straw. Got that animation there. Boom. Boom. What do you think about that? What? What a straw swath animation. Yeah. Got the best never rest there on the back. That's very, very cool. Let's see what else. We've talked about the pipe. I think that is about it as far as animations go. However, we do have multiple setups for cameras as well. So if I hit it once, it goes to the back so we can actually monitor the straw swath or hitch or whatever you got going on back there. Then we've got another view here into the grain. And then lastly, we come to the inside. Moving around, you see we've got animations there. We've got our throttle on the right-hand side. RPMs over there, which we are just pinning to the end. Let's see, 15, that must be kilometers per hour because that's lined up perfectly with KPH. And I think that's about it. Let's see. Doesn't it look like the gear lever over there shifting any or changing? Let's look up to a header. I keep forgetting to reset this save. That tractor's gonna be all over the place. All right, let's hook up to this and let's see if using this triggers anything in here. Don't see. But man, what an audio, what a soundtrack for this thing. And there it is. That is everything I've got for you for this one. Hope you enjoyed this. Drop a like if you did. Get subscribed if you're new and join the DjGoHam fam. Double check your notifications. That way you never miss videos like this one. Hope you have an awesome day. Enjoy playing with the mods. Enjoy playing with the updates. Enjoy the patch. If you have any issues with it, let me know. Otherwise, have a good one. We'll see you later.